November 23rd, 2021. This is the best week of the year for college sports. I think this, New Year's week is always good, between all that stuff. This is definitely one of the big ones. This is like March Madness, kind of before this March Madness. These are, college basketball's got it right. They play these early season tournaments, big guys against big guys, and it's like, why not? Give a chance for the little guys to take on the big guys, the ones that have a shot against them. Man, it's awesome stuff, right? And, oh, man, what the heck's going on in North Carolina right now? I think there's a meltdown. We'll talk about that and more in just a moment.
Hi, it's Mitch from PickDogs.com.
Oh, for sure. These games have to be high drama.
Here we go again.
I'm going to go big and see what happens.
Hi, it's Mitch. Of course, Joe Madden, Rod Zwack, and Brian Bittler here with your morning show. Morning to everyone. It's, saw a lot of good things in college hoops yesterday. Kind of, feeling some teams out, right? It's like now we finally get to see these guys face off against reasonable competition, none of these unlined opponents, and we're seeing the big guys against the big guys and the little guys against the little guys, and we're learning a lot. But one thing we know that's going on today, and it's kind of off the court, is the meltdown in Chapel Hill, North Carolina. The administration wanted Hubert Davis, to be the coach. The fans wanted Wes Miller. And Wes Miller goes to Cincinnati, blows Illinois out of the building by 20 points yesterday. And the heel fans are livid, man. It's like, how did we let this guy get away? And Cincinnati, they say, hey, our other coach sued us for breach or whatever. We don't care. It's like, we could beat Illinois by 20. We'll take it any day of the week. And that is college basketball, pretty much in a nutshell. Willing to take the probation, willing to take the chances, willing to, do whatever it takes to win. It is the dirtiest of all college sports, and we get to see it front and center, 480 teams worth of it, It's not just, it's just amazing. I think they're talking about, going back to where you can go from high school right to the NBA again and, stuff like that. And, the colleges are, paying athletes now. So it's a little bit different, but it's not going to get any cleaner. That's for sure. But anyways, lots of.
Do you think the athletes would be ready straight out of high school for the NBA?
Well, they always were. It only started, maybe like 8 years ago, right? That they started where they couldn't be. So like guys like LeBron James, Kevin Garnett, all those guys, they never went to college, even though they act like they graduated from Harvard or something. But it's college used to be the guys that went to college stayed for the 4 years, and the guys that didn't go just went right to the NBA. And that's the way that it always was. I mean, Coach K never lost a guy at Duke until, really, oh boy, what was the guy's name? The center went to the Bulls. That was the first one that he lost. That didn't stay the full 4 years. He had always had those 4-year guys at Duke. Guys that were there for that Duke education. Grant Hill, he was there for 4 years. His father played for Washington football. He went to Yale. Smart family.
Very smart. Going to Yale. Wow.
Anyways, was that the worst Monday Night Football game ever? It was like...
What a stinker.
What a stinky game. What a lousy game.
First half was good. Second half, I don't know what happened in that locker room to the Giants.
I don't know what happened in the second half of the game because you know why? I changed the channel. I watched Jeopardy, and then I had the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction on tape. I had taped it from Saturday night. I know that it was it took place 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I'd heard it was a really good one. And I taped it. It was 3 hours and 20 minutes. It was just freaking amazing. Really, really good one. LL Cool J went in. They had Foo Fighters, Carole King.
Oh, cool.
It's like,
Would have been a lot better than watching the Bucks just
yeah.
run out the clock, basically. Tom Brady leaving the field right below hitting that team total over. They did nothing.
Oh, Cool James was an amazing performance, too. He's like, the guy's just such a legend. One of my favorites. It's like he's like gone I don't know how many years, right? I mean, it's just an unbelievable thing, you know. It's like in rap, I mean, those rap guys, if you make it like more than 3 years in rap, I mean, you're a star of stars, you know.
Right.
You know, Cool J's been doing it since like, you know, the Run DMC days, like in the 80s.
Yep.
Well, he's more
that's a long time.
He's not really a rapper. He's more like love music, you know, like get a lady in the mood type of music.
So like Mama Say Knock You Out. That's
yeah, okay.
That's what I was gonna say. I was like, that was the first song that came to my mind.
Going back to
He's
Cali.
got some love music.
Yeah, he does. He does. He crosses over, and then Jay-Z also went in, but I mean he's not really rock and roll. He's a rapper, but still, you know, Jay-Z. 13 #1 albums, not like songs, albums that went #1.
Wow.
That's ridiculous, you know. Guy's so
I like
talented.
LL better.
Yeah,
I like LL Cool J better.
Ridiculous. I mean, the performance that he gave too was like just and everyone came out and you know, performed with him. Like so, Eminem came on and J-Lo and you know, a bunch of other people.
And when was this? Saturday it was out?
It was on HBO on Saturday.
Okay.
I taped it, but it happened a few weeks ago.
And I have to look if there was a replay of it.
Paul McCartney came out with Foo Fighters. That was really good, too. And he introduced...
I'm not a big Foo Fighters fan.
I think you have to understand the band to really enjoy it.
I like Kurt Cobain, but after that, I just...
But that's Nirvana. It's a different band.
Yeah, that's Nirvana. I know it's a different band, but,
it's a
I don't
different
like
story. You know, it's a different story, you know, and that you have to understand the story to really understand the band. And it's kind of like either you're into it or you're not. And that's, you know, music is music. It's like there's music, like country music that I can't listen to. And then there's, you know, other music that I listen to that other people can't listen to. Like, you know, I don't know, Motorhead or something, you know.
Ever since Joe mentioned country music, I've been more into that, you know, on the satellite radio, country stations and stuff like that. So
definitely some good songs in country right now. I like all kind of music. I just can't really do that really heavy stuff that you like, Mitch. Puts me in a bad mood.
I like everything. You know, I kind of go around the horn with everything.
Yeah.
But I don't like modern country. I like classic country. I like the classics, you know, the real country. But I don't like this, you know, Luke Bryan crap. Can't do it.
Like the old, like, Sweet Home Alabamas?
Well, that's Sweet Home Alabama is not country. That's Southern rock. That's
okay.
That's,
well, I
that's
consider
Skinner.
that still
That's
sort of
Skinner.
country. Yeah. I guess it is Southern rock.
Oh, well,
but to me, that's country in my mind when I think of country
no
as well.
way. That's Southern rock. That's
okay. Then I really like Southern rock as well.
Two different genres. Like Skinner is like 3 guitar players that all shred. You know, with Ronnie Van Zant, who I think would probably, if he met Luke Bryan in a bar, would probably kick his ass in. You know. I guess like Van Zant was like a major brawler, you know, like in his drinking days. And like these guys, like Skinner, I don't know if you know too much about them, but they used to like have to go as a band like to this house that's like on a swamp in the middle of nowhere to do their recordings and stuff because they just, Van Zant was like so focused and they were so dialed in, these guys, that they were just, he wrote Sweet Home Alabama. He wrote that song. The guitar player played him the riff, and as he played the riff, Van Zant started singing, and that was the song. That's what a genius he was.
I love Van Zant.
Really cool.
Yeah, it was like the guys went, dun, 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 and he just started singing it, and that was the song. He just made up the words as he went along, and that was it. One and done, and the whole thing took 10 minutes.
super talented guy.
Super talented.
Because he could act like crazy and a great musician, just a phenom.
He held the whole band together.
I wanted to buy his book. He has a book out. I was thinking about
Johnny
buying
Cash, you know, another classic, and Willie, you know, who lives right down the block.
So you classify them all as Southern rock?
No, Willie's country. Cash is country.
Okay.
George Strait, country.
George Strait, country.
Another country. Old guy.
That's Steve Van Zandt that you're talking about from Sopranos. There's
Ronnie, from the
Ronnie Van Zandt.
E Street Band. I was thinking of the E Street Band.
Skinnerd, the singer in Skinnerd. Ronnie Van Zandt. It's him. And then, so there's that whole Southern genre. Molly Hatchet, Skinnerd, you know, those guys. Little Feat.
I'm excited now. Now I can make a Southern rock playlist because I didn't know it was called that.
Oh, yeah. Southern rock's awesome. I got a Skinnerd shirt. I'll wear it to videos.
Well, you're way up north. You need some northern rock.
There's Northern rock too?
I don't know. There must be Canadian rock or something.
There's Canadians. Rush.
Okay.
Rush.
I like Rush.
And Neil Young. Two of my favorites. Love Neil Young. Love Rush. We did my iPod on here. I think out of 10 songs, probably out of every 10 songs, at least 2 are Neil Young, probably on my whole thing. Love 38 Special also. Not as good as Skinnerd, though. Skinnerd is kind of the Southern rock man. You know, that's the one, right? Like Led Zeppelin is the, you know, the rock band, right? Led Zeppelin's kind of Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
You know, kind of all the other guys. Neil Young is not Canadian anymore.
April Wine, Canadian.
April Wine. Who's April Wine?
You don't know April Wine?
Oh, I probably do. I'm just drawing a blank on the name.
Anyways, we'll get back to all this stuff.
Southern rock. ZZ Top is Southern rock?
Yeah, ZZ Top is I would say ZZ Top's Texas, but still,
Yeah.
I'd say it's still a Southern rock, like heavy. That Southern rock is like a heavy guitar, like heavy. You know? And Foo Fighters is similar. Foo Fighters is heavy guitar. Foo Fighters is a ton of guitar. I mean, what do they have? 3 guitar players? All rip. I mean, they all rip, every one of them. But, so that's, you know, and that's what I like about it. I don't love the Foo Fighters as much as I like some of these other bands. I also
like Guess Who, BTO, more Canadian rock bands.
Love BTO. Ain't seen nothing.
BTO.
Yet. Ain't seen nothing.
Yep.
Yet. Ain't seen nothing yet.
Helix was another good band. Another rock band. Canadian.
No, we invented basketball. So.
Our Lady Peace, Canadian. Canadians.
Okay, so yeah,
basketball.
when I Google Sweet Home Alabama, it says it's
basketball. Sorry.
Southern rock.
No, country rock, Southern rock, and blues rock.
Yeah, I would say
So 3 genres there, classifying it as.
I would say that, but I don't know if it's country.
I like blues too.
Yeah, I love the blues. Stones are blues. Stones are blues. I love Stones.
I'd love to go sit at a blues bar right now. I'm at the Shoto Blues Bar.
I lived in Chicago, and they had the best blues bar there. It was freaking amazing. Very, very best one. It's the guy who had the bar, what's his name? He's super famous. I mean, super, super famous. God, why can't I remember his name? What is his name? It's called Buddy. His name is Buddy Guy. And this guy is the guy when it comes to blues. So Eric Clapton always had a concert in Chicago every year called Crossroads Festival, where all the top guitar players played at this concert, right? And it was at the Toyota Park. And Buddy Guy would invite Eric Clapton and all the guys back to his bar to jam afterwards. It was craziness. So it's like the first year, it was like you're just in there, and it's like all of a sudden Clapton's playing with Buddy Guy. And it's like it's nuts. It's a tiny little bar. Then the next year, like everyone knew, you know. I think because John Mayer, like, you know, said it on the stage that he was going to be there. He always screws everything up. Anyways, let's get to some games. Got the NBA tonight. Not a ton going on here. We got 4 games tonight. We got the Heat and the Pistons. We've got the Lakers and the Knicks. No LeBron. We've got the Blazers against the Nuggets and the Clippers against the Mavericks. Brian, any of these?
Yeah, I couldn't find a premium on here, but as far as free pick leans go, definitely a lot of leans on this card. I'm going to lean towards the Detroit Pistons here, plus the points. What do I have written here? My note: Pistons 5-0 against the spread following a loss. Heat are one of the better cover teams in the NBA this year, but I think the 9.5-10 is just a tad too high. I'm going to take the New York Knicks, pretty public play, but I think they're going to be out to make a statement against the Lakers team that are pretty out LeBron suspension. And I mean, it's all figured into the line, but I think this is a good chance for the Knicks to win one by 10. And I'll also lean to the Dallas Mavericks plus the points against the Clippers. Dallas, a little bit dinged up, but I think it's a 3 to 4 point game here for the Clippers. So if you're getting 5.5, I think that's within range. So lean to the Dallas Mavericks. I really like the Pistons, and then a lean to the Knicks.
Would you ever classify Leonard Skinner as country music?
No.
No, not really.
No, I wouldn't at all. Anyways, Joe Madden thinks they're country.
He's on my playlist.
Well, when I have like country playlists, it always comes up. Sweet Home Alabama is always on there for country playlists.
Doesn't like Kid Rock have a Sweet Home Alabama also or something?
Oh yeah, I like that one as well. He does a pretty good job of it.
Yeah,
I
like
like him with the songs he does with Sheryl Crow as well.
I put your picture away.
Right, I cried listening to that song.
Oh, Jesus.
We've all been there. There's always that one.
I don't think so.
I only cry when I lose games, not over women.
You reminded me of better days.
I don't even know the song. I don't even.
You don't?
No, I don't.
It's a good one. They both have the pictures of the other person. Both so
I
sad.
want to drink you away.
Now I really don't want to hear it. Anyways, Rod, what games do you like here? No, we lost about half our audience. What do you like?
For me in these ones, I am not touching the Pistons. You can take the Pistons. I'll take the Heat in Pound Town City. The Pistons are awful.
Terrible.
Heat 9-1 ATS their last 10. When an opponent scores 100 points or more in the previous game, I think they come in to pound Detroit. The Pistons 2-10 ATS in their last 12 games versus a team with a winning straight up record. So they can't hang with the big boys. We'll take the Heat, lay the points in that one. And the other one, I'm going to take, give me the Clippers here. I think they blow out Dallas as well. And I don't trust Dallas on the road. 3-6, 4-5 against the number. 7-9 in the season against the number. Nah, give me the Clippers. Blowout City in that one.
Charlie Daniels he had songs that crossed over, I would say. Just crossover.
Yeah, I think Charlie Daniels did. He had a couple.
Devil came down to Georgia.
Looking for a soul to steal.
Yeah, that's my he's a great on that.
Well, I mean, if you go down that road, then it's any song that was an urban cowboy, you know, which is the Eagles' Heartache Tonight, right? Is in there, so the Eagles are country now too. Joe,
Yeah, let's just go with that.
any song, any group that had a song in urban cowboy, okay.
When I tell Google to play country music and she puts on something, I believe her. So she's not supposed to do me wrong like that and make me look like an idiot. Now I know what Southern Rock is. Give me the Knicks in this one. I think they come out and beat this Lakers and get the cover. Lakers are 1-4 in their last 5 games against the spread. I'm not trusting them to get it done against this Knicks team. And then I think this is too many points for the Trailblazers. Give me the Nuggets. I know the Nuggets have struggled on the road going 2-5 ATS, but I think they get this one back and cover in this one.
Wow, it's like there's so many people in this in Urban Cowboy that had songs in Urban Cowboy that were not country, that if we went by that. So, like, yeah, there's a bunch, but, Joe Walsh All Night Long was
Joe
in
Walsh.
Urban Cowboy.
I like Joe Walsh.
Boz Scaggs, Look What You Done to Me.
Wow.
Kenny Rogers, he's country. Eagles, Lion Eyes, but they also did Heartache Tonight. Mickey Gilly, Stand By Me. That, I would say that is. Jimmy Buffett. Urban Cowboy. Any song in Urban Cowboy. Bud. Sissy. Sissy, what we have for dinner. Okay, Bud. Joe, who do you got in these games? Did you say already?
Yep.
Yeah, I did.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'm liking the Nuggets plus the points, and then the Knicks minus the points.
I like the Heat against the Pistons. I like the Blazers against the Nuggets. 8-1 at home this season. 8-1 against the number at home. Nuggets not playing very well. And I like the Clippers against the Mavericks. These home and home things, these home, day off in between, home again games. It's just they've been doing a bunch of these this NBA season. And only one time have I seen the other team win one, and that was in Minnesota, the Pelicans. The time they did beat the Timberwolves, not last night where they got housed, but the other time.
We're polar opposites today.
I don't feel good then.
Well, I wouldn't feel so good.
I do. What are you selling today?
Well, I'll tell you what. Saturday, there were some big games I liked. Sunday, there were some big games I told everybody to get on. Promises made, promises kept. Tonight, my MAC conference game of the year. One play today that I really love. You can get it for $30 at pickdogs.com premium picks, or you can get the 3-pack for $40. That includes my MAC conference game of the year.
Rod?
And for me, it's a tantalizing Tuesday. We're off a winning Monday. I'm excited for these 7 best bets. I got my college football 10-star executive info winner, as well as 2 NHL roof jobs, 1 NBA total crusher, as well as my college basketball rim rocker triple. You can get them all over at Pick Dogs Premium in my tantalizing Tuesday triple, or you can get the college basketball first aid separate on the side. I stole back my tantalizing Tuesday.
I want a roof job.
How much is the roof job?
I want a roof job. How much?
How much are these?
Well, he's given roof jobs and rim jobs. All I'm hearing is dirty stuff coming out there.
Yikes. Joe Madden.
Tantalizing Tuesday and a roof job.
See, I told you, Brian. It was
40 bucks, 40
less
bucks.
than 3 months, I drag her down to our level. It's like she's worse than all of us.
Oh,
she's
man.
really not worse than all of us, but at least I got to say it right there. She did say it.
I do. I need help for sure. So I have 4 picks today, not 4 plays, 4 picks, 2 in the NHL, 1 in the NBA, and 1 in college football. So head on over to pickdogs.com for those.
No foreplay, no roof jobs.
All business over here.
All business. The business end. All right. We got our Become a Capper contest. Still time to enter. We got about a week, right, to enter? About a week. So. Kelly McInnes giving out picks after the game started. Wow. You got a genius over here. The thing I would say, as much as the thank you later that I hate, which I just think is moronic, right? Nothing says amateur hour like thank me later, but the giving out the pick after the game is over, or like the game is 90% over or half over or has started, or any of those things is equally as moronic. It's just like, what, you think that we can't timestamp a game or something? You think that we can't see what the score is of a game? Or when you're giving out your pick? I really don't understand it. I love Vermont on the end game there. They were down a bunch. Anyways, college football, 2 games tonight. Got 2 games, 2 MAC games. Northern Illinois is playing against Western Michigan. That line's starting to move. And we've got Ball State against Buffalo. Brian, you said you had your MAC game of the year. What is it?
Whew, I'm so excited for that one. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to sleep until
I'm sure I know what it is.
Well,
I'm sure.
I've liked it since yesterday.
Well, I'm sure. But I mean, we could read you about 10 miles away.
For today, I'm going to go with the over in the Ball State and Buffalo Bulls game. Lines at, I think, 59.5 here. The last 5 between these 2 teams have gone over the number. Buffalo's over 12-2. The last 14 playing on a Tuesday night. I just think we're going to see the offenses explode here. I think we'll get close to 70.
I like the under in that one. Rod?
For me, I like the over in Western Michigan and Northern Illinois. We easily get enough points in that one to get us over the number. You know, look, Northern Illinois' defense isn't very great. They're giving up 32 points a game. Western Michigan's easily giving up 30 points a game on their defense as well. Numbers of 60.5. I think we get over the total. Give me the over 60.5. Western Michigan, Northern Illinois. And I like Ball State. Give me Ball State over Buffalo. I think they easily win by a touchdown.
Joe?
I like Buffalo and Ball State over that 59. I agree. I think both defenses are going to give up a lot of points in this one tonight. And then give me Northern Illinois. I think taking them a plus the points. I think they almost get this win at home. I think it's going to be a tight one. I'm not liking what I'm seeing out of Western Michigan, especially against that spread in their last 6 games going 1-5 ATS. So give me Northern Illinois plus the points. Sprinkle on that money line.
Yeah, Ball State Buffalo is a dumpster fire. I mean, these are 2 teams that have not done anything in recent weeks, and Buffalo, I think, probably one of the most disappointing teams in all of college football, if not the MAC. You know, really, I expected big things with a returning quarterback that was good last year, and now all of a sudden he stinks this year. It's always one of those weird things. It was like maybe he read his own press clippings. Not sure what the hell happened. Maybe he's listening to too much.
Maybe it's woman trouble.
Maybe he's listening to country rock. I don't know. He's trying to figure it out. Anyways, got 3 NHL games. Flyers and Lightning. Edmonton against Dallas, and Calgary against Chicago. Fleury really not having the success that he had in Vegas. Chicago.
Nope.
And Vegas not having the success without Fleury. Maybe they need to get back together, these kids.
Definitely do. They're not the same without each other.
Yeah,
I really don't think the Blackhawks can beat the Calgary Flames
to me,
tonight.
it's like the Timberwolves without Ricky Rubio. It just doesn't feel right. They need the Rubio. Rubio needs the Timberwolves. Joe, what do you think of these games?
Well, I agree with you with what we're seeing out of Fleury. He's not jiving with his Blackhawks team. Blackhawks are also really bad this season at scoring, 2.17 goals per game. I think Calgary takes a win on that, pretty high on that money line, though, you guys. And then let's look at the Edmonton Oilers. I think they're going to beat the Dallas Stars. Road teams in this matchup are 4-0 in their last 4 meetings. So give me the Edmonton Oilers. You get plus money with them tonight. And then let's do the under with the Flyers and the Tampa Bay Lightning. I think 2 great goalies in net. We're going to see a lower scoring one.
Rod?
And for me in these ones, I like give me the Flyers over the Lightning. You look at the Flyers; they're 11-1 their last 12 after they get their ass handed to them at home. They got pounded on the weekend. And their next game coming back, they're 11-1. So give me the Flyers of the Lightning in that one. And I also agree, give me the under in that one as well. I like the under in the Oilers and Stars. I think you got a hard-hitting, lower-scoring affair on our hands in that one. And the other one, I like the under. I'll give you the under in the Blackhawks and the Flames. Another hard-hitting, low-scoring game. Blackhawks are 5-1 in their last 6. They've actually turned their season around and starting to play some hockey. They're realizing they actually have some guys that can play hockey. So they got a battle on their hands in this one. So I'm going to take the under 5.5. Blackhawks and Flames. I like all the hockey under today. Low-scoring games.
Rod's giving out roof jobs. Brian.
Under the boardwalk.
How much are they? $39? Yeah, keep the buck.
$40. $40.
$40. $39. Keep the buck.
Tantalizing Tuesday.
Oh,
Yeah, for me, Edmonton Oilers are 13-4 this year, and the books are going to pay you plus 105 to bet the Edmonton Oilers. I'm not buying it. I'm going to take the Dallas Stars here. I think they're 5-3 at home. I think this is the type of win they can hang their hat on. So give me the Dallas Stars. I'll lay the minus 110 or so.
Brian just messaged Rod to see if he takes PayPal.
Venmo. I would Venmo.
Like, you taking PayPal?
Venmo.
Taking PayPal. Venmo. All right, go to college hoops. It's a big card. One game already underway. Evansville got off to the fast start against the Catamounts, but the Catamounts, well, they strike hard and strike off and coming back. Here, of course, Evansville in that war yesterday against Rice, so man, they got it. Legs got to be somewhere.
Burning right now. Yep.
Rod's legs are burning. Brian, you want to?
Well, my legs aren't burning.
Help
But,
him out.
I'm sure that Evan Aces are there. Their legs are going to start burning second half.
Anyways,
Big crappy card of college basketball. There's some key games tonight, but there's a lot of crap in the middle.
I think it's a great card of college basketball. Don't
Really?
Brian, he's an idiot. We got Southern Utah against Yale. We got Wright State against James at Madison. Drexel against Charlotte. We got Ryder against Middle Tennessee. App State, Akron. Towson, Penn. Milwaukee, Bowling Green. Tulane, Toledo. Long Beach State. What up, Beaches? Up against Murray State. Butler, Texas A&M. Texas A&M just gruesome yesterday. And Butler, oh my God. It's like, if that was a fight, they would have stopped it. It was 17-0 at one point. It was like they kicked the field goal. They held them to the field goal, considered it a victory after the 2 touchdowns. They laid on them in the first 2 seconds of the game. Then Mercer versus Bucknell. No, we'll stop there, actually, at Butler, Texas A&M. Got plenty of games there up until 2:30 Eastern time. Brian, any of those games? What up, Beaches?
I see a lot of Filet-O-Fishes jumping on JMU, Madison University. Wright State's played a hell of a schedule to start. Marshall, Purdue, and GW they've had to face so far. I think Wright State should be the favorite here. I'll take them plus the 1.5. And University of Penn, I'm jumping back on them. They burnt me to start the season. But Towson beat Pitt, but I think a lot of teams could beat Pitt. So I'll take Penn plus the 2.5.
Rod, anything in this slot?
In this slot, I like, I'll go the other way. Give me Towson over Penn. They're the better team. Penn's done me dirty a couple times, so I'm not trusting them in this one. Give me Towson to pound Penn.
Didn't like that Florida State game too much.
And then James Madison, they did me dirty yesterday. So I'm gonna jump right back on it today because that line flipped and something seems funky there. So I'm gonna take James Madison today. I think they bounce back and get themselves a win today.
It's like a Jeopardy category.
No.
I'll take.
You're killing me today.
I'll take. Did Rod dirty for 400? Who are the Washington Nationals? Frickin' Rod mine. Joe, any of these games?
And the other one I like Mercer. Give me Mercer over Bucknell. is the last one I like in that group.
That's out of the time frame, I believe. He said up to 2:30.
Yeah, but that game's at 3.
Yeah, but you did say Mercer or Bucknell, though, didn't you?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you mentioned in the
I said
top.
up to
Okay,
2:30.
Make sure you shock him.
My bad.
Joe?
Yeah, give me the under in Penn and Towson. I think this is going to be a slower paced one. I also like, let's take Wisconsin, Milwaukee plus the points. I think they can get this done at home. I think they have the stronger defense, and the defense will be the difference in this one. And then give me Texas A&M versus Butler. I like Texas A&M to get this done. Fast-paced game, lots of points in this one. So I like them to come out victorious.
I think me and Joe Madden are disagreeing in college hoops today. I like.
It's okay.
I like. It's okay. I like. I like Bowling Green here against Milwaukee Green Bay. I know this Bowling Green team is better than this. I thought Bowling Green should have been the tournament team last year. They really only lost one guy from that team, and they got a guy back. And it's like I think they're going to be better than what we've seen from them. I also like the Akron Zips. I believe the same from them that they're a very good team too, and have a chance to be better than this. And I think that I also God, I wish that what was the other game? Oh, Murray State against the Beaches.
He just got pounded yesterday.
Yeah, Murray State did not play well yesterday.
What happened to Murray State yesterday?
They played terrible. They played terrible. They're terrible. I don't know. They look like the Pelicans out there. Got
They did, yeah.
They did. Got Mercer against Bucknell. We got UNH against Quinnipiac. Got Bethune-Cookman against Liberty. Houston. I think they're tired from all the scoring they did yesterday on that Butler game. Against Wisconsin, who slaughtered A&M. Oakland against Rice. Oakland played really well yesterday. Rice, it took everything they had overtime to beat Evansville. Northwestern and Georgia. I mean, how in the hell is Northwestern favored against Providence? You know, in what world? And Georgia, I mean, forget it. Against Virginia, Tony Bennett singing. He left his heart in San Francisco, but he also, would they score 40 points on him or something? Georgia? Good luck. GW up against Kent State Golden Flashes. Both winners yesterday. Well, I think Kent State was favored. George Washington was a big dog. Covered. I think GW is a better team. We said that against Maryland when we cashed on them there. Coastal Carolina against Valpo. And Buffalo against Stephen F. You know, Buffalo, can they focus with the big football game tonight? Senior night. It's a joke. Rod, what do you think of this?
I think they can.
What do you think?
I like Buffalo.
What do you think of these games?
Is this the Buffalo that's going to win tonight? Is Buffalo on the courts, not on the field? So give me Buffalo or Stephen F. I think they everybody's humping up on Stephen F. That line's not moved. It's like 4.5. I think Buffalo's covered at 4.5. Yep. So it's moved. That's what I said. It's moved.
Yeah.
Which means everybody's humping up on Stephen F.
No, it doesn't. Actually, there's more people on Buffalo. It's inverse line movement, that game.
Well, anyway, I'm taking Buffalo.
Right.
I think
Just
they
saying, it's
can
inverse.
cover on that one.
If we go back
And,
to a reliable source.
I don't trust Kent State. Give me George Washington plus the points in that one. Because that was closer. And then I like Mercer over Bucknell. Give me the Mercer Bears to come out and hand it to Bucknell. I think they get a double-digit win in that one.
Brian?
I'm going to take Wisconsin here plus the points against Houston. I've been pretty good with the Houston games. I bet against them the first one, and the last 3 I was on them, they've been dominant. But I think I scared off the Houston Cougars here. I'll take Wisconsin plus the abundance of points. I'm going to take Georgia plus the points over Northwestern. I got killed with Northwestern last night. I couldn't figure out why they were favored in that one over Providence, but that one didn't go very well. Yeah,
that's what happens when you don't handicap the games. You just look at lines.
Well,
anyways, go ahead. Sorry.
I learned my lesson off of Northwestern, so I'm going to take Georgia again plus the points. So Georgia and Wisconsin, I think pretty confident in both those two.
Joe?
Give me the under in Wisconsin and Houston. I think this is another one where the defenses are going to control this game. Give me Coastal Carolina, and then give me Toledo minus the points. I really like what I saw out of them over that last game with Charlotte. They won, I think, by 10 or 12 points. So I think this is another one they come out and get a nice win in.
I like Northwestern over Georgia big. Georgia's terrible. They lost all their best players. They all left in the portal. While Northwestern started this team with these guys all playing together as freshmen, and then they got slaughtered as freshmen. And the reason why they're favored against Providence is because they have all these returning starters on their team. That's why they were favored, because they've all been playing together, like the 8 guys, since their freshman year. They all came in together, and they're all playing together. So the expectations are high that Northwestern's going to be a tournament team this year. I think they're going to show it to Georgia right here. They're going to pound the crap out of them.
They didn't show it last night.
Yeah, they were overmatched. You're not going to beat Ed Cooley on a neutral court. Come on. You know? Ed Cooley, we said it on the show, he was already coaching. It was 11 o'clock in the morning Eastern time. The game was like at 8 o'clock at night. He was already out on the court. Let's go on Ed Cooley's Twitter now, see what he's doing. What time's the game tonight? I'm sure he's coaching. That's my guy. Ed Cooley's game is at 7:30 tonight against Virginia. My guess is he's out on the court, bouncing the ball around, trying to see if there's any soft spots out there. Let his guys know. Working the refs. Ed Cooley, coach. That guy, seriously. He doesn't have the outside shooting that he needs, but I think he can get Providence to the tournament. He plays in that brutal conference. Anyways, I like Northwestern the best of the bunch. At least for the free picks. We've got also Houston is a Final Four team against Wisconsin, who like lost all their players. They all vacated because of that social media disaster. So it's like, I mean, you got a Final Four team against like a bunch of guys that have never really played in a big game, and when they did play in a big game, Ed Cooley worked them over. And if Ed Cooley's going to work them over, Kelvin Sampson and Houston are going to double them up. I mean, that's a mismatch. It's like Houston, the teams that Houston will lose to, and the teams that could give Houston problems are UCLA, Gonzaga, Baylor, Villanova. I would say that's really about it. I mean, it's really Houston is a top 5 team. Wisconsin is not is a team that probably won't make the tournament.
I mean, Hofstra gave Houston trouble, so.
Hofstra gives everybody trouble. In case you haven't noticed. Houston went to the Final Four last year.
Yep.
They cut down the nets. They played in the Final Four. They lost to Baylor, who won the whole thing. And they didn't get the easy road. They took out Luka Garza. No, Luka Garza. Threw him to the side like he was nothing. Houston took down Oregon State, Syracuse, Rutgers, Cleveland State. Beat Cincinnati in their conference tournament, 91-54 in the final of the AAC tournament. 91-54. They fired Cincinnati's coach. All right, we'll see though. I mean, anything can happen. Wisconsin won for us last year in the tournament too. Remember that North Carolina game? That was awesome. We cashed.
That was awesome.
We cashed. They were dogging that game. Oh man, so money. That was the day they shot my pool, and I was like, I always win every time they shoot our pool. It's like, was telling Hans that the guy was shooting the pool. Every time you shoot a pool, I win. You got to just stay here. You got to do another pool. Another pool. North Carolina is playing again against UNC Asheville. Hubert Davis has got something to prove after what Wes Miller did yesterday. Lehigh against Columbia. Florida Gulf Coast versus URI. St. John's against St. Francis of Brooklyn. South Carolina versus Wofford. Interesting game. Bellarmine against Central Michigan. St. Peter's against LIU. Indiana against Jackson State. Hoosiers stepping it up. UMBC, the Retrievers, up against American University. Merrimack versus Hartford. Maine versus Central Connecticut. Gotta like Maine in that one, right? Tennessee Tech against Lipscomb. South Carolina State against South Carolina Upstate.
Found my silver swords.
That could get ugly.
Chaminade.
Got pounded.
Easy cover against Oregon yesterday.
What does that have to do with these games?
I thought that
Marshall
was in the
versus
console,
ULL.
Chaminade.
Kansas State versus Illinois. Nevada, George Mason. So you won one? Is that what you're trying to say?
No.
What about the
making fun
Pelicans?
of that one yesterday. Well, what about the Spurs? What about the Pacers over the Bulls? What about the Cavaliers? I could go on and on down the line of how many games I got right. So,
but your premium pick, the VIP show.
Yeah, that one lost. I also won my 2 regular premiums. So there.
Yep. Anyways, Rod, what do you like in this slot?
In this slot, we might have. I'm gonna jump a slot, aren't I?
7 o'clock.
Yeah.
These are all 7 o'clock.
All the 7 o'clocks?
Yep.
Nice. Okay, well then I won't jump a slot. Give me Marshall over ULL. They're just a better team in that one. And I also like give me Bellarmine over Central Michigan. I think they're the better team in that one as well. People are thinking it's going to be a close game. I think Bellarmine pounds Central Michigan and usually gets a double-digit win in that one. And the other one I like, give me Merrimack over Hartford. I think Merrimack is a way better team. Their defense is top-notch and will be able to smother Hartford and shut them down. Give me Merrimack over Hartford. 3 I like.
So I got a question for someone in the comments. I don't know this person, but their name is Rizzle, Rizzle. And he keeps saying, Houston money line, they won't cover. So why wouldn't you take the other team with the points and get the full payout instead of laying the money line if they won't cover? It doesn't make any sense. What, you can only bet favorites? Rhode Island, money line. It's like, if you need to take the money line on a favorite, just take the other team. If you don't think they'll cover, take the other team. There is no reason to give odds. There's no reason to give odds. Why would you do that? Why would you take a money line favorite and do the points? It doesn't make any sense. That's like, I don't think you can end up ahead like that, over the long term. You have to take shots. I could see money line dogs and taking the points, but I don't see money line favorites in the points. It doesn't go, because if you lose, you get whooped. They get beat. And it happens, especially in college. Especially at this time of year, tournament times. Any time it's tournament scenario. Brian, what do you like in this slot?
I don't like this slot very much, but I'll take North Carolina lay the 23 against UNC Asheville. Carolina's lost 2 straight games. I'm sure they're none too happy in Carolina. I think they get out the stick and beat down UNC Asheville.
Joe?
Give me Central Michigan to get the straight up win. Take them plus the points, but also sprinkle on that money line. I think they come out, get a good one in this. And then give me St. John's to cover that huge spread. I know it's daunting, but they're going to have a fast-paced, high-scoring game in this one.
Not in love with this slot. I take a shot with Wofford here against South Carolina. This is not a great South Carolina team. Wofford with a shot there. George Mason's dead to me, so I can't take that. Anyways, got Delaware against Fordham, Providence against Virginia, St. Mary's against Oregon, East Tennessee State versus Missouri State, Texas Rio Grande Valley versus Cal State Fullerton, South Dakota versus Presentation College. No line on that. Sorry. Texas Tech versus Nebraska Omaha, Wake Forest versus Kennesaw State. Not really a state. St. Louis versus Illinois State. Any of those, Rod?
Ugh. I don't like any of those in that.
Straight Ruffalo. Brian?
Straight Ruffalo on that one for me.
Yeah, I'm going to take – I really like Virginia here against Providence. I'm not a big Virginia fan, as everybody knows, but I think it's the last whoever has the ball last is going to win this one. I'm with 2.5 points. Virginia playing better basketball. I mean, not overall. Providence has won all their games, but I think it's a value here getting Virginia plus 2.5. And Fordham plus the 6.5 against Delaware. Delaware got the big win over App State, and Delaware's had a bunch of other nice quality wins. But I think Fordham can keep it within 3 to 4 points. So I'll take the 6.5 in the Fordham.
Joe?
Give me St. Mary's at home plus the points over Oregon.
Home.
Strong defensive
Not
team.
It's not.
They're not home?
No, it's a neutral site game.
A neutral game.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize it was a neutral game. I still like them against this Oregon team. I think they have a strong defensive team, and they're going to force those turnovers against Oregon. And then give me St. Louis minus the points. I think this team is just better on both sides of the ball here.
Going opposite Joe again. I love Oregon in a blowout in this one. St. Mary's, no problem. Too good. The Ducks are so athletic. It's like, I think St. Mary's is a team that probably ends up in the tournament, but they're not going to build their tournament resume against Oregon. They know. I don't think so. Too good. It's one thing to beat Notre Dame. It's another thing to beat Oregon. They're just apples and oranges. Oregon's like a top 10 team. Top 15. I don't know. Happens. Be interesting to see. They'll certainly be leaving it all out on the court because they're not going to get shots like this. I like Missouri State against East Tennessee State. I'm not overly thrilled with East Tennessee State's play this year. I could agree with. I like Fordham also against Delaware. I like Providence against Virginia. This is not a good Virginia team. Beating Georgia is not going to convince me of that either. A little worried about the 2.5, though. So that's one that I would consider money line if it's below 130. If it's higher than 130, then it's just a straight no play. I don't like the points there. That's going to be crazy. Two really good coaches. Nebraska, Tennessee State. Washington against South Dakota State Jackrabbits. Arkansas against Cincinnati. UCLA, Gonzaga. Portland State, Portland. Doesn't get any more heated than that. San Jose State, Colorado. Stanford versus North Carolina A&T. Sac State, UC Davis. Chaminade Silver Swords against Notre Dame. UCLA Gonzaga is a super interesting game. I have a premium pick on it, so I can't really say, but it's like, man, the last time they played, it was one of the best games you'll ever see. It'll be interesting to see if UCLA gets revenge or if Gonzaga says, well, we're even better than we were last year because UCLA's got the same team. Gonna be a good one. I guarantee you that. I think, what was it, double overtime last year? That game? Was it overtime? Was it double overtime?
Hmm.
Something like that. The guy hit, it was in the tournament. It was in the Final Four. The guy hit the shot, remember? He hit the three-pointer at the buzzer, and he kept running. He landed right on the scorer's table, and he was standing on top of the scorer's table. He did this, kind of showed up UCLA in that one. I'm sure they have a picture of it in their locker room.
Overtime, not double overtime.
Overtime, right? And he hit the shot like a three-pointer prayer, like from the line, like falling back, and he like was running, and it like he landed on the scorer's table, and he jumped up, and he was on top of the scorer's table as the buzzer went off. Yeah, it was awesome. It was a great game. Of course, Gonzaga was the number 1 overall seed, and UCLA was a play-in team last year. But anyways, Brian, who do you like in the slot?
It's my least favorite slot on the board, but I don't want to do a Ruflo, so I'm going to lean towards Northern Colorado minus the 4.5. I think they're 7-8 points better than San Jose State. So I'm going to ride Northern Colorado here. Just a lean, very small one.
How about all the riding here of Cincinnati early? You know, Wes Miller, man. It's like after that 20-point win over Illinois, it's like down to 5 against Arkansas. It's like the Hogs are freaking 2 really good coaches once again. Wes Miller and Musselman. That's a game.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a game, which is crappy for bettors generally. Because it's one of those ones that could be right at that number, and it's like could be the foul at the thing, and they missed the the garbage shot at the end, and of course, anyways, Rod.
Right, that 5 is I don't know.
Yeah, the shot was from half court. The shot that Gonzaga shot against UCLA was a half court shot.
Half court shot, yeah. I mean, this time slot, I like UC Davis, Sac State. I think it's a closer game than what people are thinking in that one. So give me UC Davis.
That's it.
That's all I like in that time slot. The other one, like I said, I got a premium play on Gonzaga as well. So.
That's a crappy slot.
I love that slot. Such a slot. Joe?
Give me UCLA plus the points. I think this is going to be a tighter one than this line suggests. I think it might come down to last possession. In a high-scoring game, both of these teams can get that score up high. And then give me UC Davis in this against Sacramento State. And then lean on the under. I don't think either of these teams are shooting great. Lower scoring game.
I like Arkansas against Cincinnati. I think that Wes Miller did a really nice job in that game against Illinois. I think Cincinnati played way over their head. I just think they're up against a different animal here. The Hogs are, for real. And this Musselman, not only can he coach, he can recruit like no one's business. They're loaded. The SEC is a beast this year. I know Brian hates to hear that, but they are. They are a beast. And look, they're wrecking teams. Look at what they're doing in these games.
Oh, I've been fading the
What
Big
was the score of that LSU Belmont game? Oh man, we like Belmont. The public was like humping up on the dog there. It was like LSU. It was like, what was that? Like 600-4. I mean, it was like,
they pounded them.
Pound
town.
They're
that good.
That LSU team is
that
good, man. And they're not even the best in the SEC. I mean, the SEC is like 7 deep like that this year. Arkansas, LSU, Alabama, Kentucky. It's like, there's loaded Florida. It's like an afterthought. Crushed Cal.
We'll wait for the tournament when it means something.
Well, the whole SEC is going to be in it. So
good.
We'll see.
Bring it.
Bring it.
I'll bring my Big Ten guys.
I'll bring my Big Ten. We're going to get you.
If Penn State would give LSU a game.
Go get yourself a roof job. Anyways, we got $40 right next.
Maybe this weekend.
$40. $40. Head over to Oi and get yourself a roof job.
So glad I've had lots of coffee this morning.
I really like tonight's card.
I think it's good for a viewer standpoint for watching college basketball. It's a good card, but I couldn't believe I couldn't find one premium play on there.
All right. I also like San Jose State against Northern Colorado. In case you guys haven't noticed, been riding them like a horse so far this season. This is the first time I don't have them as a premium pick in a game that they've played. 3-1 against the number. Last time against Texas didn't work out too well for us. I would have taken them as a premium play, but I was kind of already boxed up here. I think Northern Colorado probably wins the game once again. I think they lose. This is our team. They lose, but they cover. They'll lose by 2. They'll lose by 3. They're not going to lose by 4.5.
Yeah.
Brian's hating on my Spartans. Hating.
I think it's an 8-point win.
You know nothing.
You can have that one. I'll give you that one.
All right, it's parlay time. Rod, who you parlaying?
For me, we're going to parlay, take the Flyers on the money line. Merrimack, lay the points. Bellarmine, lay the points. Parlay those 3 up.
Pulls the Bellarmine out of nowhere. Brian, you never said Bellarmine.
I did say Bellarmine. I did say
it.
Bellarmine.
You didn't say it,
No, I
though,
did.
Joe.
Go back. I said Bellarmine player team central mid.
I'll take the Stars on the money line. Virginia plus the points and Ball State over 59.5.
I don't know, Joe. Did you hear Bellarmine?
Nah, I didn't hear it.
I didn't hear Bellarmine either.
We can go back and look. Go back and look.
Come on, Rod.
I didn't hear Bellarmine.
Oh, man.
Oh, and I have had coffee. This is bad. This is what happens when I get up at 2 o'clock in the morning to do videos. This is how I am. It was like I set my alarm because I knew there was no lines out. So there's no way I was not going to do videos on those games today. No chance.
Yeah.
Evansville, Vermont, like I'm going to miss that. Who do you think you're talking to over here? It's like Evansville's playing Vermont and I'm not going to do a video. Come on. Yale, Southern Utah. You know me better.
12-9 Yale.
What's that?
It's a 12-9 Yale.
I got Southern.
5 minutes in.
I took Southern Utah, but not a premium picker. I got Southern. They're good. Southern Utah's good. Yale's good. I've been on Yale a bunch this year. Joe, you got a parlay?
Yeah, I do. Let's take the Knicks minus the points, Edmonton Oilers on the money line, and the under in the Flames and Blackhawks game.
Take, let me go with early games. Get these out of the way. I like Butler with Northwestern with George Washington. Butler, Northwestern, George Washington.
Early college hoops parlay. Take Towson, Bowling Green, and Murray State.
You already gave a parlay. You don't get another one.
Oh, okay.
So was it Towson, Bowling
Rewind
Green?
the tape.
Yeah, how come he gets 2 parlays? I only get one
early
parlay.
college hoops. Take Towson,
I
Bowling
wanted-
Green, and Murray State. Parlay those 3 up.
I do
That's
like that
ball.
over in the Gonzaga UCLA game. I'm with you in the comments, Bill McDonald. I think we will see some scoring.
Yes. I remember last season I took the under and it wasn't even close. I was like, it's one of those ones that you get. Oh, that's going over. You're not even close. So
What's the total set at this year compared to last year's game?
Well, this year it is at 155 and a half, and last year it
it was
was
140. something.
Let's see.
Not
It
mistaken.
went to overtime too, but I think it wouldn't have mattered.
That wouldn't have mattered. It was way over anyway.
The total was 147.5 last year.
Yep.
And it was 93.90, so it was close. It's only 35.5 points over. It's one of those nail biters.
Yeah, I'd go under. But
Definitely a lot of betting action on that game, though. There's a lot of bets on that. I'm some of it.
you guys might
It's like you gotta bet. That's like a game you just gotta bet on it. You know, it's like
you might have turned me on to the total there.
Well, Gonzaga, last year they were supposed to play Baylor, and the game got canceled because of COVID. It's like, man, this year it's UCLA. But it's like it wasn't a rematch last year. This is a rematch. It is 50-50 on the money line, that game. 50-50. I think a lot of UCLA backers are hitting that money line. A lot of the UCLA money.
That's two popular teams.
Is on the money line. Yeah, two super popular teams. We have the number one team, and then you have UCLA, who's always popular. But I think that the action gets a little bit unbalanced with the spread betting because I think a lot of UCLA backers have them on the money line. So you have a lot of the money there because that's why you see that 70% on the money line, 70% of the money on the money line. Well, normally it's the other way because people love favorites on the money line for some reason, like we see in our.
No, this morning it was around 5.5, and now it's at 6.5, 7. So.
7. It was been 7. It was 7.
This morning it was 5.5. This morning when I was
7 when I went to bed last night.
Oh, when I looked at
never
it,
seen a 5.5.
I'm not lying about it. I have it written down here. 5.5.
You have a bad number. There was a lot of bad overnight
I
lines.
used your website for the.
It was probably
it
was probably a bad print because what we've seen is that in these overnight lines, there's been some bad numbers that have been out there.
Because I've recently I only use the Sports Chat one now because I used to go to the other website and I don't like it anymore. But yeah, I use Sports Chat.
But this line opened at 6 and it went to 7. I've never seen a 5.5 on it. I saw when I went
right now they still show 5.5 on Sports Chat.
Yeah, it's wrong. It's a wrong number.
I'm writing the guy that.
What book is it? What book is showing that?
For some reason they only have one active book on that game, and I don't know why.
Yeah, see,
this morning it was
there's
across
something
the
wrong
board.
with it. It's something
All right,
wrong.
I didn't realize that this morning.
It's 7. The line has been 7. It was 6 and it went to 7. There's never been a 5.5 on that game.
I made a mistake.
Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. Make it a winning day. We appreciate each and every one of you. I'm gonna try and act more professional tomorrow.